I'm Debbie Holloway with Crosswalk.com, and today we're speaking with Elisa Morgan, the author of The Beauty of Broken from Thomas Nelson.
The Beauty of Broken is my story, and likely yours too. That's the subtitle of it. The premise is that there's no such thing as a perfect family, that I came from a broken family, and despite my very best efforts to build a perfectly intact second one, guess what? I still come from a broken family. And for me, this was a journey of, 20, 30 years to live this season, to bring this book forward. But it really is a message that has come to truth inside of me. And my heart is like heavy because I want people to know that the mythology of perfection in our families is just that. And wow, can we move beyond that to be the real people we are?
How did your family growing up, your first family as you call them, help set your expectations for what family is supposed to be like?
Well, I knew my family was messed up. I never thought it was perfect. And when I was 5 years old, my dad called me into his study and put me on his lap and said that, well, he said straight to me, Elise, I've decided I don't love your mother anymore. We're going to get a divorce. And in that minute, I really felt like my family broke. And I wondered what I could do to fix it. And then when I was around 11, I remember the responsibility of getting my mom up to go to work. She was a single mom. We were in a single mom home, my older sister and my younger brother and me. And it fell to me to get her up to go because she couldn't get herself up because she struggled with alcohol. And I felt like, again, my family fell and broke. And when I came to know Jesus, when I was about 16, I just threw myself into a relationship with him, and I thought, now I've got it. Now I have a way to build something whole. And I determined then that I was going to build a second family that was immune from breakage, one that was perfect in a way, one that would be solidly together. I didn't understand that for a lot of reasons, mainly because I'm human, everyone's human, that was a goal beyond my power. My husband and I, when we met in seminary, knew that we'd be unable to have children biologically, and so we adopted. And I really thought that I could make up for all the wounds my children had ever experienced, but I didn't understand that they had incurred some wounds before they were ever placed in my arms. And I didn't understand that you can have heredity and you can have environment, but God still gives us free will, and I can't control that. I didn't understand that my children make their choices, and I'm not responsible for their choices, but I'm responsible for my responses to their choices. So it was a long journey to realize some of this very real reality.
Why do you think so many people latch on to the idea that we can create a perfect family by following this formula or that formula when we look at ourselves, we are all broken?
I think part of it was the 70s and the lifestyle and the teachings, especially in the church, that we encountered during that era. When we became Christians, there were formulas for great parenting and 10 steps to a super marriage and etc. So part of it was the way we were taught. But I think that truly larger than that, especially in American Christianity, but in postmodern Christianity, we have swallowed this mythology that when you become a Christian, there's a kind of a transaction that occurs. I put in my commitment to Christ and they better give me the goods of a happy life, rather than the transformation, the understanding that God will inhabit us and redeem us into what he's already imagined we are in Christ. And he will allow processes to work in us until we look like that. I've heard it said that the opposite of faith is doubt. I think maybe the opposite of faith is control. And when we become broken, our mythology of control just falls. And I believe God bends down low into us and tenderly picks up the pieces of our lack of control and redeems us.